everybody. It's Brandon Dockley, Delaware Weather Guy, bringing you your Wednesday afternoon update. Temperatures today were in the mid-40s, so it was really, really nice out. And it looks like it's going to continue for the next couple of days. And then we get towards the weekend, we have some disturb, a little bit of kind of annoying weather. With possibility of some rain and some maybe snow showers on the back end, but that's really iffy right now. But it will bring a cold shot of air, which, will start the beginning of the slow progression of the polar vortex coming down to our neck of the woods. And that's what I kind of want to concentrate on today. So I don't want to get caught up in, a lot of details about, because really I have to be honest with you, it's very uneventful for the next 10 days. There's very small chances of a significant winter storm, and there are still some small chances of snow, but they could be on the garden variety of a dusting to an inch or two here or there. So really, I hate to say it, there's really not much to look at in that department. So I'm going to spend a large part of the time discussing the polar vortex and the cold that's coming. Okay, so let's go to the tail of the day. Oh, you probably can't see it because I'm not sharing it with you. Yeah, it's not like I don't do virtual teaching or anything. Okay, now I'm sharing it with you. Oh, how good am I? Right. Okay. This is a weather map. I mean, we got high pressure. 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 We got really high pressure. We got really strong high pressure out in the West Coast. Really, the only disturbances are far north, which really are going to impact us at all. I mean, this system is coming in for the weekend, and that's going to push through. That's going to push through the cold front, and then there's going to be like a secondary wave that develops, but it's going to develop way too far north that we're going to get no shot of snow. So really it just doesn't bear any real criticalness or importance. But I mean, all these high pressures are just, it's amazing. I mean, I've never seen this many high pressures on a surface prog chart before, and these are really strong. So there's blue skies out there today. So that's that. Okay. Here is an interactive globe picture of the polar vortex. Okay. Now, you can see it now. Here's Greenland. Okay. See, the polar vortex is a group of circular strong winds at the Arctic. And they circulate around the North Arctic poles. And the current shift of most of the polar vortex now is kind of hammering Western Europe, parts of Northern Africa, Russia, and basically the Mediterranean areas down here. So they are getting their dose of brisk coldness. In Madrid, Spain, there was not 8 to 10 inches of snow last week, and they all were like going crazy there. So you can kind of see it. Well, you can see it. You can see it here. And this is so far up in the atmosphere, folks. I mean, this is above the troposphere. This is the ionosphere. I mean, this is so far high. Okay. So what's going to take it? What is slowly occurring is This is slowly seeping down to our area, to the continental U.S. Here it goes. So you can kind of see it now. We have some dripping. I call it, this is really dripping of it now coming into Ontario and the Great Lakes region. Okay, in the next few weeks, that this big vortex is going to be shifting. This vortex is going to be shifting to the west. And when that occurs, we will get a more cross-polar flow of cold air that will come down. Now, it's okay. Let me temper this by saying it's not going to be brutally cold, but it's going to be colder than average. Okay, and again, you have to take this as a whole. Colder than average in our area is like 42 degrees. So we're talking. It's not going to be like 20 or 30 degrees below average. It's going to be like 10 or 15, which is still very cold, but it's not going to be, icicles, frozen wonderland growing on trees. Okay. Now, that being said, let's move to another aspect of this. This is just to show this in like real time is so awesome because this is weather. This is how this is what dictates it. Okay. All right. So first things first. You can see this really strong Pacific flow, okay, coming into the North Pacific Northwest. Okay, this is the EPO. The EPO is the Eastern Pacific Oscillation, and it is very positive, but it is slowly weakening, going negative. Here is, let's see, make sure. Okay, all right. We have a moderate blocking pattern going on with the polar vortex occurring at the same time in Greenland. Okay, that's what's kind of retaining the cold air, and that's a good thing. All right. And let's let me show you. Okay, this is the jet stream. Okay, this is the troposphere. All right, this is the jet stream. I mean, you can clearly see the two streams. Okay, here's our southern jet, just kind of flying out progressively. Here is our northern jet, and going out pretty progressively. And these two are not anywhere near each other to cause some disruptions. All right. Now the key is not really going to be the polar vortex and the cold that it drops. It's going to be this. It's going to be this Pacific flow. Once this begins to ease and we have more of a flatter look here, and then a heavy ridge that jumps over Alaska and sort of comes down into, that's probably a little bit too overdrawn. All right, split, ridge, down, boom. Okay. Once we start to have this kind of pattern, okay, then we can start looking for opportunities of major snows. I mean, anything over 6 inches. So really, until that flow in the Pacific really eases, there's not much that can be done in terms of systems are just too progressive, and they're winding up, shooting out of the Gulf, and it's too warm on the Gulf end. The northern stream just flies by without any interaction of the two, and there's no cold air. There's no new fresh source of cold air. All right. So here are the temps. Okay. So, I mean, there's no numbers given to these scales, but, oh yes, we have negative 55. So this is for tomorrow, today. Okay. So we're talking, now this doesn't go ahead, but let me just quickly go to, okay, so let's go to temps. And things kind of are normal, and then look what happens after the 18th, 19th. Okay, you can see it now. We this horrendous front from northern Canada that's coming down, and it's just going to invade the lower 48. And look at that, by the 26th, I mean, we're in a freezer. So it's going to be, it's not going to be, again, we're talking, anywhere between 10 and 20 degrees below normal. Okay, so our normal at this time of year is 43. So you just have to say the highs will be about 33, and lows will be in probably the low 20s to mid-teens or high teens. Okay, so again, it's all relative to where you live. So that's about it. So that will more than likely probably will open the door to more chances for some wintry weather. Okay, so it's never not going to snow again. Winter's not over. Not the blowtorch is coming. Yes, they were in a moderate La Nina pattern, and yes, I said that I don't anticipate. My prognostication was that we would have under like 10 inches or 12 inches. So I have to go back and look, but so. Am I still expecting that? Yeah. I haven't seen anything, that would tell me no. And, but am I expecting anything that's significantly over that? Good thing that's been in the cards for all this is that the Gulf moisture has been quite moist and significant. When and if that cold air gets settled in and sits in for a little while, and when you have something like that come up from the Gulf region, then we're going to get a lot of opportunities there. On the flip side, if the cold is more, subject to, coming in, coming out, and then the Gulf moisture runs out ahead of the northern system, then all bets are off. So let's all just calm and be cool and say, winter is winter. The great thing about this is seeing the day-to-day develop, and we are seeing signs and signals that we could have a substantial snowy season. It's just that is the cold air going to be transient, or is it going to stick? And that's really the question. So we'll look forward to more days like this. Gotcha. Brandon Doherty, Delaware Weather Guy, wishing you a great Wednesday afternoon. And I will see you later. 1, 2, 3. Adios.